Hey there, parents-to-be. Welcome back to Little Kids Lessons. Today, we're diving into the exciting world of being 22 weeks pregnant. Can you believe it? You're already more than halfway through this incredible journey. At 22 weeks, your little one is growing by leaps and bounds. Your baby is now about the size of a sweet bell pepper, weighing in at around a pound and measuring a whopping 10 inches from head to toe. It's like they're having a growth spurt every single day. Now, let's talk about what's happening inside that beautiful baby bump of yours. Your little one's skin is still quite thin, as they haven't packed on much baby fat yet. But don't worry, that adorable layer of chubbiness will come soon enough. And guess what? Your baby is starting to sprout some fine hair on their head and eyebrows. They're going to be born with the most fashionable hairstyle, I'm telling you. Those tiny hands are getting pretty busy too. They're practicing their grasping skills, holding onto their ears or that thick umbilical cord that's floating around in their cozy little room. It's like they're playing a game of catch the cord there. Speaking of your baby's living quarters, their lungs are filled with fluid right now, but don't panic. They're busy forming the tiny sacs that will eventually fill with air and allow them to take their first breath when they make their grand entrance into the world. And let's not forget about that incredible brain of theirs. It's growing faster than a loaf of bread in the oven, and by the time your little one arrives, their brain will have increased a whopping 17 times in size. Your baby is also developing their own sleep and wake cycle, and believe it or not, they're snoozing for a solid 12 to 14 hours a day. I guess they're getting all the beauty sleep they need before they join us in the land of the sleep-deprived parents, am I right? Now, let's talk about you. At 22 weeks, you might be wondering if you've popped yet. Well, that belly button of yours is a bit of a weak spot compared to the rest of your abdomen. As your uterus and baby grow, they start taking up more and more space behind your belly button, which can turn that cute little innie into an outie. But don't worry, it's totally normal and doesn't happen to everyone. Plus, it usually pops back sometime after the birth. You might also be experiencing some sciatic pain during pregnancy, and let me tell you, it's no joke. With all that extra weight resting against your back and the nerves in your lower abdomen, it's no wonder you might feel some discomfort. Sciatic pain can range from a dull ache to a tingling sensation, and sometimes even shooting pain down the back of your legs. If you're dealing with increasing pain, it's always a good idea to check in with your doctor or midwife. They'll probably advise you to avoid taking medication, but they might suggest some gentle yoga poses like the child's pose or cat-cow to help stretch out your back. You could also try using a foam roller to gently massage your lower back, or apply some ice or heat packs to ease the pain. Other common symptoms at 22 weeks pregnant include heartburn, indigestion, muscle and back aches, and even some extra hair growth. It's like your body is saying, "Hey, I'm working hard over here." Now, let's talk about some important things to keep in mind during your 22nd week of pregnancy. First up, let's skip the radiation, shall we? Avoid any unnecessary X-rays, and if you do need one, make sure to ask for a lead apron to protect that precious baby of yours. Airport screenings are generally considered safe, but if you're feeling extra cautious, you can always opt for a good old-fashioned pat-down instead. Next on the list, adjusting your car seat. As your belly grows, make sure to move your seat back to create some extra space between you and the steering wheel. And don't forget to wear both the shoulder strap and lap belt of your seat belt. The lap belt should go under your belly and over your hips, never across that beautiful bump. Now, let me tell you about a pregnancy must-have. The exercise ball. This thing is a total game changer. Sitting on a properly inflated exercise ball can help stabilize your core, reduce back pain, and open up your pelvis. Just make sure to get the right size for your height. Once you're sitting on it, your hips should be higher than your knees, and your spine should be straight and slightly forward. Try some gentle exercises like rocking your hips from side to side or rotating them in a figure 8. Trust me, this practice will come in handy during labor. Lastly, let's talk about soaking your beans, nuts, and grains. I know, it might sound a bit odd, but hear me out. These foods are important during pregnancy, but they can be a bit tough on the digestive system. Soaking them overnight, also known as sprouting, can make them easier to digest and even increase nutrient absorption. Plus, it removes those pesky sugars that can cause gas. So, make sure to dump that soaking water and use fresh water when cooking. Well, there you have it, the ins and outs of being 22 weeks pregnant. Thanks for joining us today on Little Kids Lessons. We hope this video has been helpful and informative. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more pregnancy and baby health tips.